Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? It is a sunny but chilly Tuesday morning. Happy Halloween. It is Halloween today. No scary costumes here, I'm afraid. This is about as scary as it gets. But it is beautiful and sunny outside, but it is chilly. Frost this morning on the cars, had to scrape. That season is coming. So anyway, today's bag. So I've had this bag for a very long time for a number of reasons. One, it is super structured and I didn't think it would be easy to ship, but I've had another little look at it and it does compress, so it will ship. So some of the bags I have, the bases are so wide because they're very structured bags that to ship them, the price is just crazy. As you know, I have some new subscribers, so welcome to the Leather Bag Lady channel. I sell vintage leather bags on Etsy. I do have leatherbagLady.com, but that is not what we focus on this channel. And I ship bags all over Canada and the US. So shipping prices I put into the price of the bag. The US, I have added a $5 charge because the shipping is routinely between $23 and $27 to ship to the US. I consider my prices very reasonable, especially including shipping. So I try to be as fair as I can with that. And this bag in particular, I thought wouldn't ship because there's a limit to the postage that I can afford when, as I've said many times, you see prices, $85, whatever. The reality of that $85 bag, once the shipping, the fees, the cost of the bag, my shipping materials, is maybe $35, $40. So it just is what it is. So this bag is really quite cool. So let's unpack it. First of all, it is ostrich, which is a little unique. I think it's the one of two ostrich bags that I have. I don't find these very regularly at all. So it is, as I said, very structured. But for me to ship it, I can compress it and, it will ship. It is a top handle bag, and this, I thought this would slide down, but it doesn't. So it's this kind of thing when it comes to shipping that this now adds, 2 or 3 inches to the bag because I don't want to smush the handle and damage it. So, but you know what? I've decided to list it. It has a back pocket and it is brass tone hardware. However, the brass tone has kind of worn off on the sides, which actually was a good thing because this bag did not come with a shoulder strap. So I was able to find a shoulder strap that was textured, albeit that it's not ostrich, but it does have a texture to it, which I thought would be visibly a better match than something that was smooth. So the strap I have included is, so it's more of a croc, and it is silver hardware, which, as I said, if this was screaming the brass of here, I have a real issue with, I would prefer the hardware to match and maybe the strap not be perfect. That's just me. If the colors are too contrasting, it just draws your eye right there, I feel. So there are a couple of little issues, this being one. You don't have to use this, but I mean, really, you need to have your hands. You do, even if it's just for a moment to, sign a bill or whatever it is you need to do. So this isn't going to be something that maybe is, your go-to at all times, but I like you to be able to have it. And I thought it was leather, but now I'm not sure if it is. Regardless, I will include it. If you have a strap that is a better fit, I mean, really, if you wanted to include like a kind of a Western style strap, I think that would be really cool. Or even a contrasting color. I think that would be really cool. So inside, it's in great condition. It even has the ostrich on the interior. So a little bit of wrinkling in the corners, but no real damage. There are 3 compartments, zipper in the middle. Now this, I don't know what this was, but it is not intact. So this was, somebody had taped it, or honestly, if it was me, I'd just take it out. But that, I didn't want to do that to the bag. In the front pocket, there's some slip card slots and some areas for some pens. So you got quite a bit going on in this bag, as well as that outside flap. So it's just, and then the, well, I guess maybe you could get away with a smooth strap because this little area is smooth. Huh, okay. So that is today's bag. It is something a little different. I had a bag like this. It was real red mahogany brown. If you follow me regularly, you know I love that mahogany brown color. It wasn't quite as stiff as this bag. And when you opened it up here, there were poppers, and you opened it this way and it had all kinds of pouches and zippers and slots, and it was the trend. Again, if you follow me, you know that's one of my favorite Canadian brands, the Trend. There is no branding in this bag at all. The strap drop is 21 inch, but as I said, if you had something really funky, even fringes or something really cool, I think that this bag would be elevated quite a bit by that look. There is really very little damage, a little color loss on the seams here, but I can fix that up. And it's really in excellent condition, other than, those little issues with the hardware and the bits inside. So sometimes when a bag has too many things wrong with it, I just kind of shut down on the bag. But because I've recently redone my bag room, if you are a regular follower of mine, I did a little video on my Etsy storeroom. The other side is now all fixed up again, but those bags are my .com bags. So I have my first session with my business coach tomorrow. So hopefully we'll be getting that .com in ship shape very, very soon. And I will share my journey with you. I'm watching Peter Santinello right now, and he's on a journey with some cowboys from California, like downtown California or somewhere. So these guys have this little farm in the middle of the city where they keep their horses and they ride through the streets. It's actually quite interesting. So that is today's bag. Don't have the key or anything. So there you go. Something a little different today. Just as I said, again, I've revamped my bag room. So I'm coming across bags that I've not seen in a long time, and it's all about getting this place organized and streamlined. We are experiencing a lot of condensation on the windows now that the spray foam has been done. It just never ends. The flies have been horrendous. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it just is a daily. Pius and I had a little bit of a heart-to-heart last night because, I'm not myself. I haven't been for a long, long time, and I can see it's kind of stressing him out, but I don't really know what to do about it. I might need to go and speak to somebody, I think. I need to work through some of my fears and do it in a kind of clinical way, I think, because I'm very stuck. I think I've shared this with you before. I'm very, very stuck on making decisions because of my past experiences. I mean, we all learn from our mistakes, so certainly don't want to repeat them. And yeah, I need to do something, I think. Yeah, I'll think on that. I do think I have some benefits now that I am Pius's wife, so there may be some room in there for a little bit of counseling. So just to help me sort through some of the fears and why I have them and what's the worst thing that could happen, and it's just getting used to being married. I didn't think it would be such an issue. Not that I'm hanging on to my independent. I mean, I am hanging on to my independence, but it's not like a, you know, blight on Pius. You know, you're not going to control me, and nothing like that at all. I guess I have to relearn how to be in a partnership. I mean, I've had relationships, my goodness, of course I have, but I haven't lived with anybody in 16 years. And I haven't had to manage a home with anybody in that length of time. And, you know, I don't know. I don't think it's because I want to control everything. I don't think it's that. I think I want to be an equal, but I can't be because I'm not financially equal. I'm not, I have a different type of work regime. I'm trying to get the shed ready to be my winter workspace, just because hopefully we are going to find out on Friday what is happening with Pius moving forward. If he has to have surgery, it could be a 6 to 8 month recovery. And that means he's going to be home all the time, which is going to be even harder for me to get my work done. So I figure if I remove myself, then, we are not in each other's face all the time. And, if he wants to go and do something, he can do it. And I'm working. And especially with my business coach, we do have an absolute project in mind that we are going to work on. And that is going to take some time and effort. And I will, I'll fill you in as we go and, share with you what's happening. It's just, it's finding that sweet spot. The condensation in the house is, I don't know if it's starting to dissipate now, but we have a couple of dehumidifiers. So I've plugged one in. And I'm hoping that will help. And we do have another small, they're both quite small. So I do have another little location that I can plug the second one in. And now that we've got the spray foam in, maybe now there's not enough ventilation still. I don't know. Oh, this little house is just one problem after another. But you got to live somewhere, right? I mean, it is such a catch-22. We were talking about it last night, and I said to Pius, yes, this house is the reason that I have become a different lady, I do believe. And I haven't had a medication that I take every day for a month. I completely forgot all about it. I have a low thyroid condition that I got after I had my kids. And I exercised back at the gym, was there this morning again today, and I was kind of borderline. So my physician, said to me, well, we'll keep an eye on it, but if you don't need it, don't take it. But when I hit menopause, my thyroid count went to 50% of what it should be. So I obviously need that medication, and thyroid can give you kind of little feelings of depression, and I mean, not that I'm really depressed, but I do think I am starting to get very void of happiness. I'm just kind of monotone. I can't handle anything. I don't want any change. Like, even if I was to say to Pius today, all right, that's it, I've had enough, move. The thought of packing this house up, I mean, let's face it, I've packed it up twice already this year. I'm not doing it again. So even if we did have the the revelation to move, that would just put me over the edge as well. So yeah, I think it's time. It's time to get some help. It's time to take it seriously, because poor Pius. I've thought about it a lot since our conversation last night. Pius had to get up at 3:15 this morning, so he went to bed quite a bit before me. And I really did have an hour or two to think about it, and I see the difference. And I mean, I'm changing so much and expecting him not to be reacting to it. And he doesn't always react in a very productive way, but we are all individuals. So, and that just makes it worse for me. But I can't imagine how difficult it must be to see the changes. I just am not the same bubbly, affectionate, happy woman that I was last year. So we always put it down to the house, which, what if it isn't? Like, what if we sell this and go and get something else, and we go through all of that and nothing changes? Like, I don't know if I could be responsible for that. I mean, that's a lot of change. So just worrying my face off about everything and anything, and I need some tools to be able to manage that. And if you don't agree with counseling, or don't see counseling as a benefit, I don't know why you wouldn't. I know my kid's father wanted nothing to do with it, but I feel like you go to the dentist every 6 months. I think you should have a counselor every 6 months, even every quarter. If you sit down and say everything's fine, you got nothing to talk about, then great. But it's so difficult. Like, I don't want to share this with my family, my mom, my dad. They don't need to know that, I mean, if it gets critical, obviously, but they don't need to know every little moan and groan. I mean, it's difficult for them to, kind of ride the wave of, they've got their own issues to deal with. So, yeah, I think the time has come. I will talk to Pius about actually, I should probably call him so he can check at work if he needs to, if there's some coverage. I could just imagine him going into the office and going, "Have we got coverage for counseling?" They'll be like, "Oh shit, is she sick of you already?" That is not the case. No, this is a very me problem, and it doesn't really have anything to do with Pius necessarily. This is just me over worrying, which I never really was back in the day. So I need to get to the bottom of that, because I am usually a very independent, strong, do anything at any time. I don't care what the adventure is, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. So anyway, we'll get to the bottom of that. So hopefully you're all having a great day and enjoying a nice sunny day. Better put your coat on if you're in this neck of the woods. And if you're to the east of me or the west of me, they're getting snow. So I will be quite happy with what I have. Anyway, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.